Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us in this virtual space. Need Indeed is hosting conversations with community partners that are dear to our heart. We want to bring the community partners to the broader community um, in the way that we do, connecting people to the community. So we're bringing Jordan from Minding Your Mind. Minding Your Mind is an organization that works with mental health and mental wellness in young people. It's an organization Need Indeed has worked with for years. We hold them dear to our heart because when young people have questions about mental health and mental wellness, you need to bring in someone who's skilled to talk about that, who are going to answer the children's questions and explore their curiosity, but do it in a way in which their emotions are taken care of. And Jordan is one of those people. So, how are you, Jordan?
I'm doing okay. Considering I think like everyone else, I'm just getting adjusted to
Yeah.
this new norm, as everyone keeps saying. I feel like I'm still using healthy coping mechanisms throughout all of this.
Hmm.
I'm still seeing my therapist, but I'm just doing those things a little differently. So I think I'm trying to stay as positive as I can be and have as much hope as I can have.
Can you tell our general audience a little bit about you, your background, your work with Minding Your Mind?
Yeah, so I've actually been with Finding Your Mind now. This will be going on 12 years of speaking at middle schools, high schools, colleges. So I got introduced to Minding Your Mind through a forum that they had in May of 2008. I was invited, my parents were invited, and I got there and there were four speakers. And afterwards, it was opened up to Q&A. And at this point, I was in a wheelchair because of suicide attempt. I was in a wheelchair and I asked my mom, will you please pull me up to the microphone to ask a question? So when I grabbed the microphone, I said, my name is Jordan Burnham. This past September, I attempted suicide by going out of my 9-story bedroom window. My question is, how can we help young adults talk about suicide, mental health in an open and honest way? So from that point forward, I've just been trying to be the solution to that very question. And I feel fortunate to be able to do that over the years, not only speaking to young adults, but now working with them to start mental health clubs too as director of student engagement.
Oh, that's awesome. I know last year when you came to one of our school, Kirkbride, you talked about the possibility of bringing this into an existence. So, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I was very fortunate to not only become the student director of student engagement for Minding Your Mind, but we were able to partner with a foundation that I had known personally because I got to speak for them, called the Josh Anderson Foundation. So they started this club called Our Minds Matter, and we were able to partner with them so that we could bring the clubs that they had down in the Fairfax, Virginia area and bring them up into the Minding Your Mind area, hopefully in Philadelphia, New Jersey, the Boston area. And that's what we've been able to do over the last 2 years. And so it's been awesome to see how eager young students are to not only get mental health started as a conversation, but to start a club to continue that conversation and teaching their peers as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Good job. Good work with y'all. And so, can you tell us if anything has changed about your work right now, things you've seen on the ground, on the field, any concerns you have about people and their mental health during this time? I know I just shot three questions at you right back to back, but you can break it up.
Right. Yeah, I would say right now, my job is similar in that I'm still sharing my story, still sharing my thoughts, reaching out to young adults, even the club members, but it's just done over Zoom. It's done over the computer. I'm still able to see my coworkers, but again, it's just in a very different way that I think by now I've been able to get adjusted to.
Mhm.
Even I gave a presentation to students, and it was weird because we're not in an auditorium. It's not like I can see facial expressions, and it was still the same thing. It was still sharing my story. It was still hitting the key points that I like to when I'm speaking to audiences. So that was a really unique experience in itself. So I
Right.
think it's great that the message of taking care of your mental health still translates over to what we're all going through now. right now, it's worrisome to know that people are struggling in their own different ways.
Yeah.
I know that one of the things that I try to avoid having depression is isolating. So whenever I know I'm in a dark place or I'm down, I know, okay, let me get up and go somewhere. Let me go see a movie. Let me go be around people, go out to dinner. Where now that's not the case. I can't do those things. So what do I find different?
Mm.
So going for walks is something I didn't really love to do before. I would just use it as some type of exercise. Right now, I feel like I have to. Like I have to
Right.
get out of the house just to get some
Right.
exercise and get my mind going.
Right.
Now I try and go outside and actually enjoy that and stay present, be in the moment. When it's a nice day outside, I don't take it for granted.
Right.
I cherish the nice days and nice weather that we have because personally, I know I need it, and I'm sure so many others do too. So yeah, it's been a learning curve as far as how I'm taking care of my mental health, and I'm hopeful that by sharing some of the things that I do differently, that others feel like they can cope with their mental health in a similar way.
Right. That's great. And do have students shared with you any mental health concerns or challenges that they're having right now during this moment?
I think the social distancing is difficult, and I always try and make sure kids know that we can still connect. We're still constantly connected, and as soon as you hear social distancing, I know it can be kind of a scary feeling of not being able to see the people that you love the most, not being able to see friends or family. But the one thing is that we can still stay connected, whether it's through the phone, whether it's through a computer, but also remembering that this doesn't last forever. This won't
Right.
last forever. That things may look and feel a little different before as we move forward, but I feel like we still have a great way of communicating with one another. Sometimes I have to force myself to do that because there are times, absolutely, I just want to lay in bed. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get out. I don't want to go outside. But it's so important to reach out to at least one or two people just to keep that conversation going so you feel like you're not alone.
Right. Well, thank you so much. Need Indeed really appreciates the partnership that we have with Minding Your Mind. We appreciate the support you give us as an organization, but I think most importantly in how you care for our students and our teachers. So thank you. I'm glad you're still able to continue your work because it's important work.